the new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Gotta do this. Come on.
Time to play.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Gets a good read on their opponent. Opts for the throw. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Misses the drive impact. All right, what's coming up next? Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Knockdown. In a dire situation, they can't afford any KO. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Quick dash it. Gets the jump in. Jinrai kick for a mix-up. Was looking for that jump attack. Stings them with the Shikusen. Big row reaching heavy. Smart stuff poking at that range to zone the opponent. Hits them with a stop and fire. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will there's a wall slap. They can't do anything now. What's the next move? Player one will need to play it conservative until their drive returns. Knockdown and burnout activates. Player connects with the throw. Going in, draw super art incoming. Is this gonna kill?
That felt good, didn't it?
Couldn't finish them off. Can they still take the closes it out? Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Great match. Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Gotta do this. Come on.
Let me have some fun.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Oh, with the drive impact. Whipping a drive impact opens a huge window to get punished. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player one in that dangerous burnout state. They need to hold out. Player one has used up all of their drive range. Knockdown. Gets the knockdown, and now uses a long-range attack there to zone them perfectly. Sticks the jump in. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Goes it down to the wire. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Both fighters are experiencing burnout. Player two has burnout activates. Oh, in there. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round two. Fight.
It's the drive! Who's going to start things off? That drive impact is blocked. Player one was kept on their toes all round and didn't utilize their drive gauge efficiently. You may see them pay a bit more attention to that as we head into the next round. There's a wall slap. They can't do anything now. Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. Burnout activates. Genius read. Player experiencing burnout. Breaks the block with a throw. Both fighters planning something? Gets scooped from down low. Medium kick hit. What a finish! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Final round. Fight.
Who uses their drive gauge? Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Jumps? Overhead attack! Shows up, knocked them out of the air. Danger says, get that jump in out of here. Player two can't use any drive moves without burning out. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player two, brush that off. Back, ooh, what a smart throw. What's next? Hit that with confidence. But all the throw connects. Stun City, population U. Wall slap into the card break. Low heavy. Are they going to be able to come back? They couldn't tech the throw. Player one was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that rundown. Connects with, hits him with a stop and pop. Grabs him. Down to the wire. Picture perfect punish counter. That should teach him you can't just throw out moves. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. Oh! Misfire with a drive impact. Getting careless and missing a drive impact like that will leave you wide open. Player one is in burnout. Drives off the table. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player one is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punch. Sneaks in the throw. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 1 was kept on their toes all round, didn't utilize their drive gauge efficiently. You may see them pay a bit more attention to that as we head into the next round. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Player 2 can't use any, brushes that off and keeps going. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Forward throw, laying the pressure on Finn. Medium kick hits. They're going for the super art. What now? In there. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireball. Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Trips him up. Player 2 has been really leaning on that drive gauge. Bops him with a target combo. The quarter makes it KO. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Brushes off the impact. You can block impacts, but you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. Hits them with a stopping block. Takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate the pace. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation, experiencing burnout. Time to reassess the situation. Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Both sides in burnout. They can't drive. Impaler incoming. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. A real test of nerves here. Oh, that throw did some juicy damage. Excellent block. Drive into flatline zone. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Gotta do this. Come on.
Give me your best shot!
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Both fighters are low on drive gauge. They'll want to tread carefully for this part of the fight. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Both of them have entered burnout state, which will drastically change their approach to the fight. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Player 2 can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. They don't need to go for anything big. Even a light tap could win this round. Experiencing burnout. The impact doesn't do anything. Both fighters are weighing their KO. Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round two. Fight.
They were expecting that drive impact. Are we going to see some fireworks here? That drive impact is blocked. Hold on, they broke through the super arm. Must have seen it coming. Going in, flies in with a fist to keep the pressure on. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Gets the throw and continues on the offensive. Experiencing burnout. What'll happen here? Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. In with the phalanx! Are we gonna see a comeback here? What? How did they read that throw? Phalanx from above! Neither fighter is showing any signs of backing down. Closes it out! Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Throws him down. Was well in range to score the throw. The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Punishes that ill-timed attack with a drive impact. Very bad choice there. Player 1 has not been shy about using their drive gauge. Knockdown. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Heading into the end KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Brushes off the impact. You can block impacts, but you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who lands. Oh, what's this? Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Hits back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. Forward throw, laying the pressure on thick. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Wait, what? Are they actually dead?
Take
Closes it out! Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Blocks the impact, but they're still pushed back. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. The drive parry was successful. A parry here puts drive gauge in the bank, which really could help later in the round. Uh-oh, falls short. Getting careless and missing a drive impact like that will leave you wide open. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Grabs him. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. All right, what's coming up next? Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Checks them with the projectile. Player 2 had a hard time managing their drive gauge last round, and I'm sure they're aware that they need to start attacking. Digs in deep to get that drive impact. Going in, player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue to fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. This is gonna be bad news. Not much life difference. What's going to happen here in the latter half of this round? Player 1 needs to take it. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from this situation? Or fighter? Oh my God, they just choked it up. Oh, could be the start of something. They continue to battle it out. Impact counter! Oh, that's so sick. Throws them. Amazing. Burnout activates. Player 1 can't use any drive. Burns out. Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking up? Are they trying to bait? What a finish! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
Yes, with a sandblast. Blossom. The overhead cannot. Brushes that off and keeps going. Connects with the throw. Both sides getting ready. Super Art to show what a PhD and fighters can do for you. How's that? Player 2 needs a huge chance after that wall splash. All the throw connects. Okay, there's a burnout. Player 1 is looking. Nothing stops this train. Fires a blast. Hits that with confidence. Hoses him. Pokes with a kick. Close range projectile. Player 1, they're just gonna go for it with the super. The drive gauge is screaming for more attention. Punish counter sets the table. Quick step forward, throws. They gotta dig down deep. What a sick punish counter! Player 1 has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage.
Round 1.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Hoses them. Jinrai kick for a mix-up. Connects with medium kick. Very solid corner switch. Avoids getting cornered. Opts for the throw. They gotta escape from the corner down to the wire. Picture perfect punish counter. Punish is there with the drive impact. Really laying on the pressure. They block the overhead and combo with the target combo. Throws them to negate the block. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Sees the overhead coming and blocks it. Checks them with the projectile. Feeling out the spacing. Hits them with a stop and bop. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Knockdown. Near the end of the round, will the drive gauge pave the way to victory? Were they baiting them into that? Zero drive left. In there. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Takes a trip. Throws them to negate the block. That throw will do some good damage. Connects with medium kick. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. Brushes that off and keeps going. Shows the medium kick. Okay, here we go. A real test of nerves here. Excellent block. Burnout activates. Their spacing is... the drive impact hits for a punish. What a sick counter. It's like they knew exactly what was going to happen. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
A new challenger.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Gotta do this. Come on.
This will be a good fight. Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Jump in finds the mark. Starts off zoning with fireballs. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Almost had it, but he gets blocked. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. They break things off to take a quick breather. Taking stock. Both of them have entered burnout stage, which will drastically change their approach to the fight. Throws out a projectile. All right, what's coming up next? Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out is so vital. Drive rush to keep it going. Closes the distance. Smart play with the throw. What'll happen here? Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Does a good job escaping the corner. Risky up-close scrap still going. A quick breather. Closes the gap. Uses the target combo as a throws him. What's next? The drive impact doesn't work. Hits him with a stopping bomb. Yes, sir. More damage, please. And whip. They're wide open. Just go. Drops them from the air. And there's a burnout. They're taking a strike. What a finish. Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match.
comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Hope you're not a sore loser.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Opts for the throw. Ooh, what's this? The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish counter. That's how you capitalize on an opponent's mistake. Get the punish counter by waiting for the opponent to whiff an attack and then strike without hesitation. Limited resources at hand right now. Is it time to go on the offensive, or will they try to turtle up? Throws them to negate the block. Player one chases them down. Can't tech the throw. Beautiful setup with that attack. Big counter. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistake. Who will this critical art hit?
This is our destiny.
Feeling the second wind blowing in as the critical art goes with the slicing dice to make everything so nice. Player one has completely used all of their drive here. The kick hits! Player one on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round two. Fight.
Blocks the impact. Medium kick hits. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Grabs them. That throw will do some good damage. Player two can't use any drive moves without burning out. Both fighters hits them with a stop and block. Breaks the block with a throw. Player, oh, what's this? There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Knockdown and player two has an empty drive through. This is a very precarious situation. Experiencing burnout. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Jumps. The low kick hits. A quick breather. Not much life. Oh, the throw connects. Oh, they get the tips with the low heavy. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Throws him. What's next? Reacts to the throw. These two fighters are perfectly synced. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Clear that neither of them wants to be in the corner. Does not want to get stuck in the corner. Absorbs the attack and fires back. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Was well in range to score the throw. Grabs him. All right, but down to the wire. Beautiful setup with that attack. A drive impact. Player one is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Taking stock. Player one needs to deal with this burnout. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Looks like they both just goes for it at this range. Player one makes a huge statement with that finish. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Hits him with his free flow. Combo with the target combo. Takes him all the way to the corner. Hits him with a stop and bomb. Big throws. That throw will do some good damage. Smart play with the throw. Oh, what's this? There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Both fighters planning something. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Change of plan. Good heads-up decision, opting for the dragon. In there. Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Bring the heat. Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. The drive impact nets them a sweet punish counter. That's how you capitalize on an opponent's mistake. Get the punish counter by waiting for the opponent to whiff an attack and then strike without hesitation. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Hold your breath. Not so fast. Can't tech the throw. Knockdown. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Grabs them, takes a trip. Player 2 chases them down. There's the impact. Not letting that go. How do you come back from that? Player 2 with a big first round pickup. Can they close it out?
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Lets off a projectile to waste time. Quick dashing, rushes that off and keeps going. Full gain control of the match in the early going. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Meter management is going to be a huge factor right now. They're going for the super art? Sunrise Festival! They've got to nail the engines to keep this up. They decide to take a breather to regroup. Out of range, relatively safe. Charges forward. Quick dashing. The opening on that impact will hit them with a stopping bomb. We have super archons in there. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? Gets through the opening. Deals some damage with that quick combo. Big counter. The fight continues in the middle of the stage. Taking stock. Capitalizes on every mistake and picks up the perfect KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Fight.
Closes the gap. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player 1 needs to switch it up if they want to take it home. The opening on that ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Smart play with the throw. Gotta be crushes that off and keeps going. Player 1 will need to play it to experiencing burnout. A super art? The super doesn't hit. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is the punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Life lead is there, but hits the drive. They are not getting close to each other. Just go for it. What a finish. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Great match. Practice training. Training room.
I've been a winner, yeah, I've been a success. Smart choice.
All right, let's get it.
But life's been trying me.
Comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Gotta do this. Come on, let me have some fun.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Gets a good read on their opponent, opts for the throw. Steps in for the throw. Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive move KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Steps back to start things off. It hits him with a stopping bomb. Grabs him. Does a good job of pushing back. Knockdown and ooh! Drive gauge is experiencing burnout. Smart play with the throw. Burnout activates. They're both driveless. This is gonna get messy. The drive's off the table. What else have they got? Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? This is the time to use fireballs to chip away at an opponent. Creates an opening with a low heavy? Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Are we going to see a comeback? The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big hand. Wraps it up with a throw. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight.
Opens with a jump in? Were they baiting them into that? There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Connects with the throw. What now? Gotcha. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How's the wow? Sat and waited for this opening. There's the drive impact. Throws them. Player 1 is in burnout state. A very prepared poses him. Quick dash. Dangerous range here. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Overhead, but it won't work. All the throw connects. Both stop the low. Connects with the throw. Nothing stops this train. Critical art is on deck. What are they gonna do? Take a seat. We just saw the heist of the century.
Luke.
Player 2 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Pumps the brakes on the impact. They were expecting that drive impact. You can block impact, so you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. What's the play here? No go for the throw. The impact gets blocked. Blocks the impact, but they're still pushed back. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover, or are they in trouble here? All right, what's coming up next? This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach? KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Impact's a no-go. Throws them. What's next? I can't keep track of these corner switches. Avoid getting cornered. Player 1 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Drive gauge is almost empty. They gotta be careful. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Brushes that off and keeps going. This is a turning point. They gotta turn it around. Experiencing burnout. The overhead denied. Noticeable luck and whip. They're wide open. Stuck the low. Both sides getting ready. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Closes it out. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion.